You are not going to be able to know that you need help until you realize that you are the problem. When people say we are the writers, we are the narrators, we are the editors of our own life, we can literally pick up our pen and change our script at any point given time. Nobody else can dictate that for you. Nobody else can take that away from you. That is literally all up to you. So it really starts with acceptance and realizing, yo, I'm in a bad place. When you're in that bad space and you're working to get better, you're going to realize that you're not perfect. And even when you're working every day to get better, you're still not going to be perfect. We are living in a sinner's world. Nobody's perfect. But here's the 5 regrets that I had that kind of made me feel like, okay, I was really lost to not see what I was doing. Number 1, when I was younger, I would dress really like overly naked. Like now, me, and I'm only 22, but just kind of discovering myself, I hate that. And I feel like that was just another call of attention. You know, when you turn 18 and it's like you're now like free to date, you know, people expect you to be dating. It's like, I think a lot of women don't admit that sometimes, don't get me wrong, I still wear my little skanky dresses, but I would like want to prefer to look overly sexual, not sexual, but like take sexy pictures on Instagram and feel like I needed to post my body and things like that. And I feel so opposite from that now. If a man even tries to talk to me based off my body, it's just like ultimate red flag. And honestly, you should feel that way too. And I mean, what I'm saying might be a little direct, but I always like to talk about from a place that I learned from. I talk about from a place that I learned from. When people are going through a hard time, when you're going through that time and you're making those mistakes, it is normal. It is normal. Do not feel like I'm just talking to you, lecturing you, teaching. I didn't know shit. I still don't know shit, to be honest. But I just speak from a place of where I learned, because I don't know who's watching this, but my calling has always been females and girls, and I really want people to understand the things that I had to experience and learn from and grow from. Maybe you can see that in yourself, and that will be enough for me to feel like I've done that. If you are listening to me like, girl, no, I like whatever, do it then, because literally do whatever makes you happy. If you want to wear whatever you want to wear, do whatever you want to do, kiss whoever you want to, I'm happy for you if you're happy. But if you're doing things for the satisfaction of others, and you may not see it, because like I said, I did not see it until I got to a better place and I was like, I did this for the wrong reasons. But anyways, yeah, dressing over sexual is definitely one thing that I really regret. And like posting pictures, I feel like I would have never met a lot of the negative male relationships that I attained, kind of posting certain things and giving men the wrong impression. Because as you shouldn't do things to impress or please other people, you should be doing things to make people treat you the way that you want to be treated. People can get the wrong impression, and that's an impression I don't want of me, so I just avoid it at all costs. And you could do that if that works for you, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. That ties into another thing that I realized I had, another regret that made me now. I used to suffer from severe FOMO. FOMO and me, yeah, I literally would do things just off the mere fact of I do not want to miss out. Like I cannot miss it. I'm terrified to miss it. Like I can't see my friends post on social media if I'm not there. And no, girl, now I literally do not care. If it is cold outside, I'm not going. If it is raining, I am not going. If my shoes, if I stub my toe on the way out the door, I may not be going. And honestly, I was just talking to my cousin about this the other day, because we always have like these super long conversations as to where she kind of gets upset with me because I'm just like, I'm not flaky. Like, I'm not going to miss your graduation. I'm not going to miss your birthday. But if you just want to go have wine and cheese, I don't feel like going, I'm not going. And it's just like, she kind of sees it as like, oh no, but we can't miss these memories. Like, I need memories. And it's just like, yeah, I know. And major things, if we haven't seen each other in a long time, like, yes, and if it's important to you, I promise to be there. But certain times, like, I do come first now. So whatever feeds me and whatever I feel like I need to do for me, that comes first. This selfishness took me so long to attain. So like, when people call me selfish, it literally is a compliment, because I used to be top one people pleaser, and I used to have this very big fear of missing out. So to know that I even consider myself now, instead of just being scared to miss out or being scared to not please somebody, it is healing. I literally used to let people have power over me. They would dictate my decisions, and they would dictate the things that I want to do. You need to realize if that is something that you are doing in your life. Because if you are doing that in your life, it is going to affect you. Anything that you may be doing negative in your life, it may not affect you in that moment, but it will catch up to you. And that is something that I'm learning as being a past avoidant person. Anything that I try to avoid, any conversation, any confrontation, it has caught up to me, and it has affected me in your life. You need to be a person that people know not to play with, and people know that you will approach anything wrong that is happening to you. You need to not play about yourself, because everybody else will do what you allow. If you have the answers on the test, you will cheat, because that is the easy way out. If you give people the advantage to take control of your life, they will do it and get what they want out of you, because that is the easy way to get what they want. You need to get what you want. And that's just that. And you also really need to determine the people that are in your life, because there shouldn't even be people in your life like that. If you are, and I'm sorry, if you feel like you are weak-minded, because everybody goes through a phase where they are weak-minded. I had a phase where I was weak-minded. You need to be making sure that you have the right people around you, because you know that they determine what you're going to do. And honestly, that is just the truth. It's because it's like, you have to do the corny stuff. Like, for me to get to this point, and I'm not at no amazing point, but for me to get anywhere, I had to do the corny stuff. Talk in my mirror. Stop listening to secular music, guys. And I still do. I listen to Bossman, D-Lo, this whole drive here. But when I'm in those emotions and I'm feeling weak-minded, if I'm trying to cut somebody off who's bad for me, I'm not about to listen to Body Party by Sierra, because it really does mess me up. Like, I remember when I was really going through it and I was going through a bad breakup, I did not listen to music for a week, because it messes with my mind. It makes me feel like, because especially this music now, Sexy Red talking about a man giving her chlamydia and then taking her back and taking him back. So it's just like, it's going to mess with your mind. It's going to mess with the bettering decisions that you should be making for yourself. So you do have to pay attention to that, because if you don't, you're going to be in constant cycles. Don't let people have power over you. Watch what you're doing when you're trying to heal. Watch what music you listen to. Watch what people you're hanging around. Like, if you have a good family, hang on to your family. Like, I really am working on being better to my family, because sometimes we think like, oh, family's our backbone, family's always gonna love us, so it is okay. It's never okay to treat your family any type of way. It's not okay to treat any human any type of way. And I'm so big on that now. I really make sure I'm watching how I'm treating other humans, because that is what's gonna come back to you. I do not play about how I treat other humans anymore. I treat people with respect and kindness. And a lot of the times I used to make a lot of jokes about people and like talk, but I'm not really a gossiper. Like, my friends, they could confide in me, anybody, and I don't share nobody's secrets. But if it's like a guy on the TV, I'm gonna talk a little shit, but or pop the balloon, I'd be fucking them people up. But anyways, I lean on family. Like, my grandmother just died this year. I don't know that, well, it's January 2025 now, so she died October 25th, and we had a funeral on November 1st. I've never experienced a pain like that before. My grandmother was dying in our house for about a year. She was very sick. I was home because I lost my job. Guys, it's so much to catch up on, but this is like a little spiel, and I'm gonna go into a whole bunch of videos and we can catch up, and it's gonna be amazing because we're starting our whole new journey back here. But I lost my job and I was home for 6 months with my grandmother, and I was helping take care of her. That caused a lot of hard riff in our family. Like, it was hard. My grandmother was like overachiever. She was cooked every Sunday, had every Thanksgiving. Like, that was my grandmother. And then very abruptly she got dementia and she passed. And she was sick for about a year. I used to go to doctor's appointments with her. My grandmother was my everything. Like, I'm shocked that I'm not crying right now talking about it, but it'll probably come. But yeah, my grandmother was my everything. So her passing, it took a very big toll on me, and I saw who was there for me and who was not. When I realized that, and I feel like things kind of happen for a reason. Like, I didn't even have my phone when she died. I was at work and my nanny kid threw my phone out the window from the 21st floor. So my phone was shattered into pieces, and I had nothing but my family in that moment, in that hard time. The funeral, I had no phone. All I had was my emotions, and I literally sunk in and felt every single moment of that time. And it made me look at my family so different. I am blessed for the family that I have, and you may not have a family that you could brag about and feel so good about, but I'm sure that there is somebody in your life that you can at least depend on a little bit. And if it's not, call me, text me, DM me, because you need that. You need someone who sees something in you. I can listen to anybody's story, and I am ready to tell you that you can fix whatever you think you can, and you can move on and do better for your life, because it is literally the facts, the proof in the pudding. These success stories that you see of celebrities or people, nothing happens overnight. Everybody comes from a bad place. Me, anytime something bad is happening to me, I'm literally in my head like, this is character development. Like, this is just a part of my story. This is my story to tell. And look what I'm doing right now. This is my story to tell. It's simply my story to tell. This does not mean nothing about my life. It doesn't mean it's never going to get better. It doesn't mean that I'm not worth anything. It doesn't mean like that. If you're a female watching this, you need females in your life. I don't want to hear about male friends. I had maybe 2 male friends. And the only reason why is because I can have in-depth conversations with them. I do not keep male friends around. It's personally not me. I just, the 2 male friends I had, one I had for 16 years and the other one I had for about 8 years now. So I don't keep male friends around that are not actually friends. It's very detrimental, because they're not going to go through the proper relationship. If I say your female friends aren't either, but they go through the same things as you. So it's like, it's the blind leading the blind, but it's similar experiences. So it works. It works. I can't get into everything today, because if you leave me to it, I will talk to you guys for so long. But honestly, to just wrap things up, make sure that you're loving yourself. Make sure that you're identifying your wrongs. Make sure that you can identify that I'm being immature, and make sure that you're identifying when you're being immature, and know that everything will be okay if you put the work in. It literally will. Make sure you have the right people around you. Make sure that if you have a good family around you, that you're identifying them as such and respecting them as such. And make sure that you're putting yourself first. And lastly, don't let anybody or take advantage of you. I could literally talk to you guys all day, but we're gonna start this back. It's gonna hold me accountable. I'm trying to do every Sunday and Friday a video. And yeah, probably Sunday though. Maybe Friday. I don't know. Let me know what you want from me. I have so many stories to tell. This past couple of years have been crazy. I lost a job. I left school, went back to school. A lot of terrible relationships, a lot of traveling, a lot of fun, a lot of friends, a lot of Jesus, a lot of happiness, a lot of smiles, a lot of cries, death, And I'm just here, still happy, ready to start over. So if this is the motivation you needed, I'm glad you found me, and I'm glad I found you. Subscribe, like the video for more, because it's just gonna be a bunch of fun stuff. I'm also hot as hell and 22 years old, and just something to look at. But yes, I love you though. I enjoyed making this and talking. I feel like myself again being in front of this camera, because I just am a personality. Love you.